Welcome to another episode of Dox'n Reality, and I'm your host, Mr. Paradox. I caught myself there. Today's episode, more shit that makes you go, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, or what the fuck. Without further ado, let's head up over there. No, not this crap. Oh, all right. Here we go.
All your documents without anybody knowing it, and then realize it's not.
Shut up. Oh, Jesus.
In case you didn't know, the title of this video was Black Lives Matter protester kidnapped by her family and sent to a mental facility because they believe that Black Lives Matter is a cult. Black Lives Matter is a cult. These parents actually gave a fuck about their child. Send ass out to that mental facility, get your ass some help. Even though, the mental facility shit is also corrupted too. I mean, you're taking it from one cult, putting it in another, but that's in the story in itself. These niggas do not have a career in kidnapping. That shit took way too long. You're supposed to be gone in 30 seconds. All jokes aside. Black Lives Matter. If you go on their website and you look at their mission statement and all that shit, it's buried down there, but it's still there. Their mission is to destroy the nuclear family, the patriarchy or patriarchal household. Man, woman, then children. They want to destroy that order. They want to do away with that. They want to liberate everything, which explains why it's filled with a lot of homosexuals and lesbians. Pretty much a whole bunch of people who engage in abnormal behavior. A minority of people are making something which should be a microcosm. They're making that to be a majority. Well, it shouldn't be, but next video. Yeah, Black Lives Matter is a cult. And then it's fairly recent. It was a reveal that Black Lives Matter raised $10 billion in 6 months. But where did all that shit go?
Fuck Breonna Taylor.
Fuck George Floyd. Fuck Breonna Taylor. Fuck George Floyd, nigga. Fuck Breonna Taylor. Fuck George Floyd. Fuck Breonna Taylor. 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 Fuck her, nigga. Fuck her. Tell that bitch suck my dick.
He's probably going to get some Black Lives Matter protesters. Probably has seen through quite a few things. Probably knows the whole backstory behind the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor situation. George Floyd was a high-level Mason. How does that count? How does that count in everything? Well, if you're familiar with how they, you got to look into something called the Order of the Quest. You can go look that shit up for yourself. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, because if I tell you, you're gonna be like, "Are you bullshit?" I'm like, no, the information is out there. You just gotta look for it. And besides, I don't have time to make a 5-hour video on it. The Order of the Quest. And the synopsis, the plan to create a one world government by any means necessary. Anything is permitted, hence the Assassin's motto in Assassin's Creed. So whatever it takes to get the job done is, yeah, and their job is to, or their quest is to one world government. So, take what you want from that. Now, this guy was saying that because I believe he probably, I don't know, he's wearing that MAGA shirt and whatnot. So he probably knows some things, but probably doesn't know too many things. Now, I know some people will like watch this video and say, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's talking about fuck, 2 people gunned down by police violence and all that shit. I'm like, well, like I said, I've never been harassed by police, none of that shit. So as far as the whole police brutality shit, shoot niggas for no reason, I can't really, just get down with that, because I'm more scared of motherfuckers in the hood than I am of the police, if I'm being honest. Like, shit, how many niggas in the hood have been killed by other niggas over some stupid shit like Jordan, you fucked the wrong bitch, over $5, some shit like that, or nigga had an emotional outburst, lost the fight, got your ass whooped, you couldn't take the L, so man, fuck this nigga, pow 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 pow, I'm more scared of dealing with that than I am with the cops. Like, shit, the 1 or 2 run-ins I had with the cops, I mean, it wasn't really shit to be scared of. So it's like, just more minor annoyance than anything. But it wasn't nothing to just sit down and fear for my life for the cops and all this shit. So that's why I will say I can't relate to a whole bunch of this shit. Some things I can, but I can't, because honestly, I believe a lot of that shit is staged, contrived in order to play off the emotions, the overly emotional state of a lot of black folks. Because a lot of us were raised without fathers. Without fathers, you have no concept of emotional control. You have a lot of men who think and act like bitches. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of niggas out here acting like bitches.
Yeah, you raised by a single mother, you start to modern and mimic everything that a woman does, including losing your mind over shit that does not make sense or something that seems trivial. So instead of thinking of a problem in like the most direct way, like electricity, you over there trying to find all these other ways you feel it about this shit instead of what it is. So that's why when I hear about a situation, I'm over there like, okay, the first question I ask is, what the fuck happened? What did he do? Or what caused the situation? And but most people don't do that. They just go straight to, oh, black cop, white guy, black cop. You know the dynamic. The dynamic I'm going for. Let's see. He probably sees a lot of that shit, but he's still wearing that Trump shirt, so he probably ain't that far or that deep into it,
Fidesz MEP Yousef Shaya has admitted to violating COVID-19 restrictions by...
No surprise. These politicians a lot of them have been caught doing that shit. So one rule for them and another for you. So it kind of makes you question, why the fuck you listening to anything these motherfuckers say when they say it's mandatory to get a vaccine that could kill you.
Attending what Belgian media is calling a sex party. Police were called to an
What the fuck?
apartment on Friday night in Brussels after getting a report of potential breaches of coronavirus restrictions. They found 25 people there, mostly men. Shire
What the fuck? What the fuck?
tried to escape along a roof gutter when police detained him.
What the fuck?
He, along with two others, invoked diplomatic immunity. The politician, who was a senior member
'Cause you're so fucking good. Yeah?
of the ruling Hungarian Fidesz party, resigned on Sunday. Let's cross straight over to Jack Parrock, who's standing by for us in Brussels. Jack, a hugely salacious story, but let's just start off with the facts. What is it exactly that Shire and the Brussels prosecutor have said?
Good evening, Oliver. Indeed, it has been a breakneck speed paced day of news coming out on this story today. I think the easiest way to do it is to start at the most recent and then we'll work back. So the most recent information we've had is a statement from the Brussels police, who've obviously been inundated with news, where
I think they already know.
they confirmed that they had contained and found Mr. Shire. They only quote his initials, but we know from his statement that he's confirmed it's him, that he had an ecstasy pill on them, he said.
Nobody cares.
And that now they're waiting for the European Parliament to waive his immunity in order to continue prosecutions. We also know from that statement that two other people who attended that event in central Brussels on Friday night invoked diplomatic immunity. So lots of people are now starting to question who those people were. Now, earlier in the afternoon, Mr. Shire himself released a statement to say that he was at the party, that he apologizes to his family, to voters, to colleagues.
Oh, Jesus.
For attending this party which broke COVID-19 rules. He says that he did indeed have an ecstasy pill on him, but that he was not aware of it and that he believed that it
God gave you a gift to tell fucking lies out of that big ass mouth of yours.
was planted, that it was not his. On the story broke this morning. Belgian media started reporting that an MEP had attended such a party. On Sunday, Mr. Shire had quit his position after 30 years sitting as a politician, and quit his position in the European Parliament. This event, the party that we're talking about, took place on Friday night, Oliver.
Josef Shire is a close ally of the Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, a man who is known for his very conservative views. So this whole episode must be putting Shire in a very difficult political situation.
I think they already know.
I am watching an important program.
I hate when that shit happens, but
You goddamn right.
difficult position, all right.
It's putting the whole of the Hungarian political institution, the ruling party, the Fidesz party, in a difficult position, Oliver.
You goddamn right.
He was a founding member of it. And as you know, that party espouses and pushes an extremely conservative agenda in Hungary and presses it here in Brussels as well. In fact, Mr. Shire was part of a group, that ruling party, that wrote into the constitution that marriage is between a man and a woman, not
You're in people's shit where you're not supposed to be.
part of, not between two men, a sort of anti...
Lot of niggas out here acting like bitches.
What the fuck?
LGBT agenda that they were pressing there. So this is something that is going to be very sticky for the Hungarian government. We understand that official media agencies in Hungary haven't quite been reporting this story as yet. The question is, what will happen to him? Will the European Parliament release his immunity? And also, because we don't know who those two other people are, within that police document, will it breach out into other connections of his? Will there be other senior politicians here in Brussels who get embroiled in this scandal?
Yes, exactly, Jack, because with those other two diplomats so far unknown, it does seem like the story still has some go in it. What can we expect to happen next?
Well, next we will expect to see whether they release statements, those two people, if they feel that they themselves are going to be exposed in it. And the next thing will be that the Belgian prosecutor will hope or will wait for diplomatic immunity to be lifted from Mr. Shire and then may begin to prosecute him on a drug charge.
Let me condense this whole thing down to you. One of the founding members behind a conservative party, which is against, which is preaching family values, man, woman, the traditional household. He was found with a couple of other politicians at a gay sex party. He was also caught with a couple of ecstasy pills in his pocket. And in order to get people to divert or attention away from the gay ass shit that they were doing, they're gonna try to charm on a drug charge in order to take attention away from that. Because this puts him in a compromising position, no pun intended. Because this puts him in the spotlight, he has voluntarily resigned his political office. Yeah, the nigga was getting his cheeks clapped or clapping some cheeks, man cheeks, and now it's out in the open. Now, in order for this to make the news and make headlines with all this, somebody had to have snitch. And we all know these guys running cliques, high political organizations, probably had a falling out. Like I said, probably somebody is probably getting groomed to move up in order to slip some bullshit ass bill or some bullshit ass law into place. We know these motherfuckers think in terms of strategy. So I wonder who is he a sacrifice for? His political dealings are pretty much done. Like I said, there's so many elements that go on with stories like this. He's been moved out the way for a younger guy to come in, or somebody who's more docile to the elites, to those higher powers that should be to their plans. He got moved out the way, or he got forced to, or he got told to move. He didn't want to do it, so they dropped this shit out there, and now, hey, we told you move would be moved. So that's what you're seeing, allegedly.
Yeah, lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's my number, like a quarter of them too.
I know. Guys, when I told you this man owns like 3,000 pair of shoes, 3,200 pair of shoes, and I think I own like 500 shoes. This man got so much fucking sneakers, it's not even funny. Jesus.
You're right, it's not fucking funny. It just shows you like when you give niggas money, they will go and fuck it off real quick. They will. So all these goddamn sneakers, it's not like the shit's increasing value. Just saying. And a lot of black folks. Well, I can't even just say black folks. A lot of people in impoverished areas look up to motherfuckers like this. And when they just constantly put this shit on like their Instagram, their TikTok, or whatever social media they have, envious folks in impoverished places try to emulate what they see. They are poorly trained in financial matters, and they think that this is the way to go. Get all this money to go blow it on goddamn sneakers. When in fact, every rich person you see, they don't wear expensive shit. They wear mostly shit you could probably find at Walmart and only the most expensive thing you might see the motherfuckers rocking is a Rolex, and that's about it. Shit, man, some of them, they have nice cars, but Warren Buffett, allegedly still stays in the same house he bought in 1954. And he's worth billions. So what's that saying? I don't know, but that's just me. It's just a waste of money.
I'm joking now. I'm joking now. I've ate pussy in years. Today I will.
Okay. So, by Cardi dropping that little tidbit out there, now bitch is gonna, bitch see, bitch do, monkey see, monkey do, I mean, to pussy tonight, so a whole lot of bitches about to, more bisexuality about to come out there. And this nigga, I could keep saying, like, weren't these niggas about to get a divorce? Like, didn't they have the paperwork already? Or was it just, like, one of those publicity stunts? To boost up sales, boost up streams or something like that? Because it's like these niggas are just playing a game with y'all. Like, Jay-Z and Beyonce with that whole Lemonade album shit. Like, how much did her streams jump up because of that shit? Like, man, these motherfuckers is never gonna get divorced. Or if they do, they're gonna put it in such a way to where them motherfuckers are still gonna be cordial behind closed doors, but in public, it's like, blah, blah, blah. But I'm guessing they made sure this relationship stays stable, so that way motherfuckers who do get together, just based off this, they make sure that toxic love like stays a part of the unintelligent community, so to speak. Hoes gonna keep being hoes. And it's ironic that Cardi B is married, but still preaching, singing about all of this hoe shit. And y'all bitches out there these days can't, is like doing all this hoe shit, but you can't keep a nigga. I'm just saying, how is she able to do the whole shit and keep get a man? Because her shit was arranged. That's why. Like, she didn't pick him. The powers that be told her to marry this nigga. Next video. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. So make sure you tune in for more Dox'n Reality. And once again, I'm your host, Mr. Paradox, over and out.